our daughter's 28 now, and she was raised in church, but not like as she should have been. Like I was not 100% faithful. But when she did go, it was just me and her going, And I resented that for a long time. And then I used that as an excuse sometimes, just like, I don't feel like going. So I would say about the last, and like I said, Lauren's been grown and out of home for a while now. And it seems like I've just been constantly struggling trying to fit in and find a church, because the church that I had attended for so many years, when I went with my husband and child, I felt like I fit in. But when you go alone, you don't feel like that anymore. And I just felt like, I just didn't. And I wasn't as close to people weren't as close to me. And I miss that so much. And seeing it every time, I don't make you emotional. Seeing it every time she saw me, she would always invite me to church. Always. And I've been retired now for 12 years. So we're talking about 12 years of me witnessing to me. And, the first time I came, but to me that day, it just didn't speak to me that day, or maybe my heart wasn't open to listen, but I only went that one time, didn't do anything. And then this past year, so a little over a year ago, I thought, well, you know what? You can't judge a church by one time, So I thought, I'm going to go back, I'm going to visit. And Cena, once again, took me under her wing and introduced me to everybody and sat with me on fellowship times and stuff. And gradually, I feel like I've got to know these people so much better, and it's just, I feel like I have a church home. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't had that in so long. When I feel like, when I feel like I ask people to pray for me, that they're really praying for me. Mm-hmm. They're not just saying, okay, I will,
Yeah, everybody cares.
But what I love about here is not just, the fellowship, but the Christian friendships. Yes. I feel like I have Christian friends again, I'm just thankful to be here.
Amen.
And I know that there's room for God to use me. About a year or two ago, I rarely write in journals, but you know how we've talked about journals and stuff. I had written down and I'm very inconsistent with journal writings when I do it, But I found one of my journal writings that I wrote in about a year and a half ago. And it was just like my desires that I want to get back in church. I want to find a home church. And and my desire is that God would be able to bless me again with singing, because I feel like that was taken away from me, and it's my own fault because I didn't use the talent, and God's going to give that talent to people who will use it and bless it, And so I'm not anywhere like super wonderful singer or anything like that, but I enjoy singing again. And, even if I don't get the note high enough or whatever like that, I'm still enjoying the fellowship of us singing together. And thank y'all for being my Christian buddies and our prayer partners.